Hey yo everybody, Haku here with my review of Fukigen no Mononokean episode 13, which was the series finale, or at least season 1 finale. Don't know if it'll get a season 2 or not, but honestly if it does, I'd be actually pretty happy with that because I enjoyed this a lot, especially this finale. I thought was a really solid episode. And basically at the beginning, we have Haruitsuki and Yaiko visiting Okina's shrine. And Yaiko is just so adorable, and I love all of the scenes with Yaiko and Haruitsuki together, and just their sort of relationship I think is hilarious, and the way they argue. Same way with Haruitsuki and Hanai arguing. I think some of the funniest scenes in the entire series are just them arguing, so really funny. And of course Yaiko is probably my favorite character. So Hanai is actually in class, and he's just thinking about living a normal life or whatever. And they see Zenko cleaning in the halls, and of course Zenko's so cute, why is she cleaning the halls? But whatever. And she says that Yaiko has vanished for a while, and Tanai starts to worry about Puffball, but of course he doesn't know that Puffball's been with him the entire time. And then Zenko tells Hanai that she thinks that Yaiko and Haruitsuki went to some sort of mountain shrine, and we can tell that Hanai kind of puts it together that he's like, oh, it's probably Okina's shrine. We see Boss Eileaf actually at the school watching over Hanai, which was really cool. Back at home, Hanai thinks about Jomatsu. Again, really cool the way they have such an effect on him, and of course we find out later that they've been following him, trying to help him get better the entire time. And we see sort of from the way that he senses them that he's starting to get his ability to sense yokai and see yokai back a little bit at a time. He's starting to be able to feel that they're there and everything. So Hanai thinks he feels something when he's going to the shrine, and he starts laughing, which obviously is Mitsuchigura putting the laughing mask on him. So he does go to the shrine, and when he's there, he sees the leaf that Okina holds and goes inside. He gets locked inside, sees a floating skull that freaks him out, but he says that he can sense himself surrounded. He can sense everything around him, but it feels warm and kind. And then a hand grabs his back, and he freaks out and passes out. Well, when he wakes up, we get some feels, because Haruitsuki, Yaiko, Manjiro, pretty much everyone, Nobuo, the spiky yokai, Okina, Yaiko, they're all, I think I said Yaiko twice in there. Jomatsu and Anmo, Mitsuchigura, Puffball, they're all there for him. So yeah, that was really cool, and especially just Spiky being there when we saw him for a whole few minutes of an episode, I think. And Yaiko was the one with the skull, and we just get feels of them explaining how they were trying so hard to get him back to normal and everything, and it was so good. So everybody almost everybody that needs to, heads back to the underworld. And we find out that the hand was actually Haruitsuki, who had been called there by Okina. And Yaiko and Haruitsuki, this was probably my favorite part. The part that I thought was funniest in the episode was Yaiko and Haruitsuki arguing sort of in the background over the skull while Okina and Hanai talked. It was so freaking funny. The way Haruitsuki's like, go throw out that old skull. And Yaiko's just like, no, I want to show Zenko. Let me take it back to the temple, then I'll throw it out. It was just so funny. I freaking loved their relationship. And I thought it was funny too, seeing Mononokean's speech bubbles over Puffball trying to talk for him. It was really funny. So Puffball and Hanai go to play on the roof, while Haruitsuki and Mononokean talk, and the feels for Mononokean saying that it was happy. And oh my god, who was chopping onions? That ending, I legitimately teared up. I have not teared up yet for 91 days, but Mononokean has made me do it twice. So it's a bit ridiculous. But yeah, this was really feelsy, really good. And it was the happy sort of feels, the fulfilling sort of feels, and I think that made it even better. But yeah, the entire thing was really good and feelsy. I completely loved it. It was really happy. And I think the comedy paired really well with the story that we were given. So I liked that as well, that it was able to keep its serious notes that it was going for here and there, but it was able to also put in really good comedy. And yeah, just seeing so many of the characters too. I would have liked to see Tamori, Shizuku, and Koda there, but whatever, they weren't there. yeah, I would have liked to see those three there, but either way, seeing all the characters again, really great. I really enjoyed it. So overall for the episode, I'm giving it 9.5 floating skulls out of 10. Just 9.5 because though I thought it was really, really good, they could have done a few things maybe a little better, but either way, I really loved it. And then my thoughts on the series overall, like I usually do for the finales for this. I thought that it was really light and funny and enjoyable. Like, the comedy was really fun without being too crazy. It didn't have to rely on fan service. It didn't have to rely on crazy stuff for feels. It didn't have to rely on the random insane comedy, which I really like that type of comedy, but this was really good too. It stayed really funny and enjoyable without going out of its way to be edgy or anything. Like, it did what it did very well. I thought the animation and music, the actual production quality were good. They were okay, but they were not great or anything. It was just sort of normal animation. Watchable makes it seem bad, but no, it was good animation. It just wasn't anything spectacular or out of the ordinary. Same with the music. And then I really thought the stories were way deeper than they seemed, like having certain characters represent certain things without really just spoon-feeding it to the audience, and just having lessons in there that weren't exactly expressly stated. It was one of those things where it seemed really light and just fun to watch on the surface, but it did actually have some depth that it just didn't flaunt around and throw around by trying to be edgy or dramatic, which I actually really respect. So yeah, I thought it was really good in that sense as well. So yeah, I thought that the stories were really good in it, and story's really good. Animation and music, pretty good, alright. They were good, but nothing out of the ordinary. And I really liked the feels in comedy. So, yeah, overall, I'm going to give it a 7.5, 7.5 puffball feels out of 10. But I'm saying 7.5 because I thought it was really good. I think it was definitely above average, which to me 5 would be average. I think that's a good way to score it. But it was certainly above average. It wasn't like one of those big blow you away sort of series. Would I recommend watching it? Of course I would. I really enjoyed it. But it's not one of those dramatic, serious sort of shows. It's just something light and enjoyable for you to watch in your free time. So, really liked it. 7.5 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10 for the episode overall. And thank you guys for watching the last review of it. Sorry it was a little bit short. But I guess, like if you did like the video, comment down there and tell me what you thought of this episode and what you thought of the series as a whole and what you think of my thoughts on all of it. Subscribe for, I guess, no more Fukigen to Mononokean, but we still have 91 days. We should have another episode of that. And then we're going to be starting Mahou Shoujo Ikisei Keikaku, or Magical Girl Raising Project, next week, so tune in for that. And we do a bunch of other stuff on the channel too, so subscribe for that too if you want. Follow on Twitter if you want as well. I'll try to keep you updated there on stuff for the channel. And that's it. So thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.